Why don't you just put the cigarette out?
Yeah, I'll put it out, providing you're prepared to let me stub it out on your eyeball. Agreeable?
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Jay's Retro Reactions. Today we're going to be reacting to the winner of a recent movie poll, and the winner was Sexy Beast. Sexy Beast is a movie from 2000. It's a gangster film. It's not something I've seen before. I did see the first 20 minutes about 10 years ago, but someone called over to the house, so I couldn't finish the movie, so I don't really know anything about it. All I gather is it's about a safecracker that's retired to Spain. His old gang boss comes over to Spain and says, you have to do one more job for me, and it ends up going totally wrong for both of them. So that's all I know about the plot. I do know Ray Winstone's in it, who's one of my favourite English actors, and Ben Kingsley is in it as well, who we all know from Gandhi, and who is one of my favourite characters in The Sopranos, where he plays himself way over the top. So kudos to Ben Kingsley for that. So I'm really looking forward to watching this. And as I always say, guys, enough of me talking and let's get on with the show.
Welcome to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring.
Boiling. Baking.
He's as brown as I don't know what. He's well tanned anyway. I do know that Ray Winstone said that before he made this film, he travelled to Spain for 2 weeks to get as much of a tan as possible and to bulk up by eating as much food as possible. He called it the best rehearsal of his life, and I wouldn't blame him. Any directors out there fancy giving me a job like that? I'm open. No agent fees, nothing. Just give me a call.
It's ridiculous. Tremendous. Fantastic.
So the music playing in the background, I think, is The Jam, some good old 70s, 80s English punk. I'd probably have to mute it for YouTube.
In that bottle of yours. Spread it all over my peeling skin, baby. That feels real good.
Why is he putting the face cloth of ice on his balls? A little bit of action last night, maybe? Overexerted himself at his age? I've been to Spain a couple of times. I do love the country, actually, and I really love mixing with Spanish people. However, I try and avoid the tourist areas like the plague. Not my scene, that whole tourist thing. Not because I'm pretentious or anything, just mainly because I don't like that whole just lying in the sun all day, drinking beer all day thing. The beer part's fine, I just don't like lying in the sun. I'd rather go and see something, see some heritage, see some culture. You know what I mean. And as you can tell by my paleness, I'm not into tanning. The music's really setting him up as sounding like a land whale. It's kind of like that opening scene of The Sopranos when James Gandolfini comes down the driveway. He sounds like a whale, or the music makes him feel like a whale. Similar here. Watch out, man! Whoa, close miss. Close miss. What's he saying? Don't tell that to the missus. It's gonna be quite hard to hide a huge boulder in your pool, mate. So is that kind of a foreshadowing that things are not going his way and bad luck is about to appear?
What's that?
Spoiler.
What?
Spoiler. Almost got killed, eh? I was that close to getting killed. Serious?
Exactly. Tell her I nearly got killed, so don't give out to me because I just survived a near-death experience.
Yeah, they're taking the boulder out Tuesday. Now. Thing.
See? Another flash of fire there. All the signs are pointing towards this guy has a big dose of bad luck coming his way. So that's 2 out of 3. They say these things happen in 3. The boulder, the flame from the barbecue. Number 3, I presume, is his old gang boss coming back.
What do you mean?
Or you can have different colours.
Fuck off.
So Ray Winstone's character has obviously made a lot of money off safecracking in the past and is living a life of luxury and retirement now. Surely nothing can spoil it. Well, of course it's going to be spoiled. That's the whole point of the movie, isn't it?
Whatever it is, leave it outside. And well, we'll have a nice evening.
The other couple have turned up with a bit of a row going on, making everyone uncomfortable. I hate when that happens. It's happened to me a few times. It just ruins everyone's night.
Can we have a phone call?
Yeah?
He was from London.
He's definitely retired.
Wait a minute, love.
His old boss. This much I know. What I want to know, though, is why he didn't call Ray directly, or whatever Ray Winston's character's name is here, why did he call the woman? Is that his sister or something, the gang boss?
You tell Don. Thanks. Thanks for thinking of me. But I've got to decline his offer. No offence, but...
You can't tell him that, girl.
Well, that's what I was thinking. It doesn't look like he's going to have a choice. He's obviously a bit scared of this guy as well, the way he's behaving here.
Wants us to pick him up at the airport.
Okay.
He's definitely terrified of this guy. That's why he doesn't want to tell him face to face that he's not going to do the job, because he knows he won't be able to, and he'll have to do the job. The hell is this symbolism supposed to be all about? You have Gal eating dinner, and what's that? A bandit rabbit cryptid? A were-rabbit? Which I presume is meant to represent his boss coming to disturb his beautiful life and his beautiful meals and dinners and swimming pools and restaurants. Here he is, Ben Kingsley. And again, another bit of trivia I read before I started reacting to the movie is he based this character off two things. After reading the script, he figured out that this guy is abused and that's why he's mentally damaged. Keep that in mind when you see his performance. And the second thing is he based the personality, get this, off his own grandmother's personality. I only want to know what his grandmother was like. Again, you'll see what I'm talking about later on. His grandmother must have been some woman, that's all I say.
Gotta change my shirt. It's sticking to me. I'm sweating like a...
Nice intro line, Tom. Nice intro. Again, another bit of trivia. The word cunt is used 23 times in this movie, and it's the most use of that word at the time of filming, which is the year 2000. And the Americans hate that word. I love using it around Yanks because it drives them bananas. It's quite common over here and in England, to be honest.
Bit remote, innit? Bit cut off.
No, it's perfect, Don. Do you want to have a look round?
Yeah, I will in a minute when I have a piss.
He's even dictating when he looks around the house, and he's telling him, I'll go when I'm ready. I'm going for a piss first. Relax. Chill. He's doing that psychological thing of exerting dominance over the group.
I'll do anything not to offend you, but I can't take part.
In what way?
In every fucking way.
Why are you swearing? I'm not swearing.
See, even picking up on the little things like swearing to, again, exert that psychological control. And I do remember reading that Kingsley so affected some of the actors by his performance, the intensity of it, that some of the fear they're showing throughout this movie is genuinely real, because they actually felt he was that threatening.
Teddy, this is Harry. Harry's the chairman of Imperial Emblatt.
And what the hell is Imperial Emblatt?
They're a bit like standard gradings, TMD, remember them?
Diamonds, jewellery, maybe? Is it because he took it up the arse at the orgy that he now wants to rob this guy? Or is he just a criminal that wants to rob him anyway? It's hard to work out with this dude. Clever. Open an account, get a box, stick in nothing valuable, just a pack of ciggies, just to get the scope of the place and the lie of the land, the cameras, etc.
It's got one of the most elaborate security systems in Europe.
Well, thanks, Teddy. Thank you for choosing us.
Some modern fortress.
I must say, I really love Ian McShane as an actor. Deadwood is one of my favourite series of all time. I may do a reaction to it in the future. If people want it, let me know in the comments. And also Ray Winston, probably one of my favourite English actors ever. His performance in Scum is where I first came across him, and I'm going to do a reaction to that because that's one of my favourite films. But the one that hit me most was his performance in Nil by Mouth, a film written by Gary Oldman about his own experience growing up in an alcoholic family and becoming an alcoholic himself, where Ray Winston plays the alcoholic. And it's such a powerful performance. I was thinking about doing a reaction to it, but I don't know how well it would go down on YouTube. It's quite dark and it deals very heavily with that subject of addiction and all the real crap that goes with it. As Gary Oldman said, Hollywood always portrays alcoholism as something glamorous or you're really having a great time. He says the reality is you're living in your own filth, you're bleeding from your arsehole, and it's not pretty. And Nil by Mouth shows it that way. So again, let me know if you'd like me to do a reaction to that movie.
Talk to me, gal. I'm here for you. I'm a good listener.
It's like the army, the tough sergeant. Abuse you, then want to be your best friend. And abuse you, then be your best friend. That's how they wear you down. That's how they get you to be compliant. This guy's doing the same thing.
Lying your pool like a fat blob laughing at me. Do you think I'm going to have that? Do you really think I'm going to have that, you ponce?
Michael Corleone's from The Godfather. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. This is exactly what that line is fitting for and appropriate for what's happening right here.
You're born in Britain, you're not a fucking Spaniard. Don't kid yourself, you look like a laughing stock.
Has Gal had enough? Is he going to let he have a go at Don, kick the crap out of him? Don, well, talks tough, doesn't look that tough. He doesn't seem to have a weapon either. Gal looks bigger than him, I reckon he could take him. But Don will probably send these men after him, so not worth it.
I love you, girl. You're lovable. Big lovable bloke.
I like you, you're lovable, that's why I'm kicking the crap out of you in bed, and basically every opportunity I get, I'm putting you down and torturing you mentally.
I'm happy here.
I won't let you be happy, why should I? Friday, the Grosvenor, you'll be there.
Interesting comment by Don there. I won't let you be happy, why should I? Which means he's insanely jealous of what Ray has. The wife, the house, the lifestyle, and he can't be happy himself. And comes back to what I said, that Ben Kingsley decided that this character must have been sexually abused as a child, the way he wants to insult, dominate, control, and is abusive himself, because he himself cannot be happy inside.
Sir, I'm afraid you can't smoke.
What's that?
If you don't, we can't take off.
Well, that's your problem, isn't it?
Don just doesn't give a shit, does he? He just wants to dominate everywhere he is.
Why don't you just put the cigarette out?
Yeah, I'll put it out, providing you're prepared to let me stub it out on your eyeball. Agreeable?
Yeah, fuck that. If someone said that to me on a plane, I'd be go for it, man. Let's see if you live long enough to try it.
Someone's touched me. Touched my front bottom. I can't believe it. I've gone all cold.
So Thomas claiming he was abused by the gay stewards of the plane, and that's why his behaviour was the way it was, instead of him just being a cock.
I wouldn't want to lose the man his job. Man's got to eat. And I'm sure he's not representative of all you Spanish people.
He's a master of the psychological game, as I keep saying. He's twisted this whole thing around and is now making the airline feel like he's going to do them a favour by not reporting the gay stewards to the police for the sexual abuse he suffered at their hands when he was just a cock from the start. Oh, I love it.
You think I'm stupid? Do you think I'm some sort of fucking some fucking twat? Do you think I'm gonna have that? Do you really think I'm gonna have that?
See, he got kicked off the plane deliberately just to come back and mess with these guys' heads again. Again, the master of psychological warfare. They thought he was gone, they could breathe. No, he's back to create chaos and tension again.
Problem with the plane, Tom?
What's that? What did you fucking say? What? Problem? Fucking problem? No, mate, no.
Why don't H and Gal just kill him? Like, why don't they kill him? Look, I know there's gang bosses back in London who'll know that they did it, but they're in Spain. They can do a legger and a runner. No one's going to be able to track them. They won't know where they went. They've obviously got money as well. I think if I was in that position with H and Gal, that's what I'd do.
Ain't you got nothing to say? Just gonna stand there like Porky Pig, hiding behind your wife's skirt, your ex-porn star's wife's skirt.
How does Gal take it, man? Why doesn't he just deck him? Fair play to this kid. He's the only one with the balls to stand up to Don, man. Ah! See, now we're at the Grosvenor Hotel, so Gal's obviously decided to go. So I presume now he's meeting the other gang members that are going to do the job with him. Rob this jewellery place. Or not jewellery place, safe deposit place, whatever it is.
D.
You'd know this film's from the 2000s just from the fact they're using a payphone. Where'd you see those anymore? I know here they're turning the old payphone kiosks into electric vehicle charging points. Good idea, I suppose, rather than having them there going to waste.
This phone call he made from me, Fro. Tell me what he said again. Who done?
Okay, he's just seen the were-rabbit again, which obviously represents Ian McShane's character, Terry.
So see you Friday night. That's how he left it. But he didn't phone you from me, Fro.
Yeah, he ain't buying it, gal. Sorry, man. And there we go. Yeah, she did kill him. He knows. But how close was he to Dawn? Does he care if Gal still pulls off the job? That's the question now we have to figure out. Great menacing acting by Ian McShane there as well. He plays a villain so well, that guy. Honestly. Deadwood, as I said, one of the best shows ever. trying to imagine using a Kango underwater. I used to work in the building sites as a kind of side job when I was in university, and I remember having to use the Kango at shoulder level height, and we were trying to Kango walls in these houses that were built in the 60s, and they had reinforced steel rods going through them. I have never been as sore in my life as the week I finished that job. I'm trying to imagine doing it underwater, man. So then Gal bet him to death afterwards. I was going to say he probably wouldn't have died from that. They could have got him treatment. But you couldn't let him live because you'd only come back for revenge and kill the wife and Gal and probably Jackie and H as well.
I love you.
What a way to announce your love. Poor Jackie. She's going to have a kick in him as well. Jackie finished them off anyway.
Oh, fuck you, haven't I?
If I'm understanding correctly, they've flooded the safety deposit box room, and that's why there's crap floating around the place, because they're only taking what they want. So job done, everybody's celebrating. Well, of course things are going to go wrong, because we have the whole Terry Dawn Gal issue in the background. And a bit like Final Destination, we had Death trying to come for Ray with the flames from the barbecue, the boulder falling down, and I presume Terry's going to be his undoing by the end of this movie. As I said, I don't know. I've never seen the end of it, only the first 20 minutes.
You do not look happy.
We know I'm happy, all right, I'm well happy.
Well, we're all happy, mate.
So Terry's now taken over from Don, playing the psychological games again. They're all masters at this stuff.
You shooting off?
Oh, yeah. Got a plane to catch.
Have you? I'll give you a lift.
I don't think you're catching that plane, Gal. So where's Terry taking Gal? Bit of a torture and interrogation. Bit of mind games again to get the truth out of him.
Who is it?
It's Teddy.
Whose house are they at? Don? Did that sound like Don? No, it's the chairman of the safety deposit box. Terry's come to rub it in his face that he's robbed the place.
No, I'm all right.
Why did he shoot him? What the hell?
Where's Don, Gal?
Just shot him as an intimidation tactic for Gal?
He never got on a plane. Well, he did. And he got off again. And there's no record of him getting another flight.
Gal, keep your mouth shut. Unless someone has turned informer, which is unlikely because all four were involved in the murder that were there, keep your mouth shut.
I'm not into this anymore, Ted.
But he got 20s. He got change.
He's not paying him what he owes him for the job, and then he's asking for change for what? The bus fare? The taxi fare to the airport? Again, psychological dominance.
If I cared, Gal, if I fucking cared, if I gave a solitary fuck about Don.
Well, it looks like Don was a prick to everyone, and so Teddy doesn't care. So, that's the only reason Gal's still alive. But he's also letting him know that's not acceptable. And again, from Teddy's point of view, it's unusual that he would let someone go that had killed one of his guys without his say-so. I guess he just thinks Gal is probably more valuable alive as a safecracker in case he ever needs him again.
Well, this pill, they're saying, you take it, and that's it. Your hair don't grow, you don't go bald, it stays the same.
So everyone's back in Spain, living life again as normal. But something strikes me, going back to that whole Final Destination thing that we saw at the start. Death is not finished with Gal.
You were right, Dom, but you're dead.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Jay's Retro Reactions. That's the end of Sexy Beast. What did I think of that movie? The ending surprised me, right? I'll be honest, I really expected, as you would have heard in my commentary, that something was going to happen to Gal and the crew back in Spain. Nothing did, and that shocked me. That was a twist I wasn't expecting, because all the foreshadowing and foreboding throughout the movie seemed to indicate that Gal was the one that was going to die, but he didn't. It was Don. I have to say, what fantastic performances we got in that film from Ben Kingsley in particular, who was absolutely outstanding. And as I said, I don't ever want to meet his grandmother. God rest her, I'm sure she's passed on at this stage. Because if that was his grandmother's personality, she was terrifying. But what a performance he gave. Ian McShane, as always, was wonderful, channeling his inner gangster and looking so menacing and sounding so threatening. The use of psychological dominance, which I would presume, I'm not a criminal so I don't know, but I presume is actually very prevalent in a lot of these criminal gangs. That's how you get to the top. You dominate, and you can't always dominate physically, so you dominate psychologically. And Kingsley was masterful at it, McShane was masterful at it, and it just operated throughout the whole film. People trying to exert, control. Ray Winston, as always, was very good in his performance as well, and all the supporting characters. I really enjoyed that film. I would rate it probably a 7 out of 10. I wouldn't rate it higher than that because I felt the ending was a little bit lacking. I think, how would I have ended it actually? I think I would have ended it with Teddy coming over with his gang to do a little payback. Not because he liked Don, he openly said he didn't. Not because he cared for Don, but just that whole criminal thing. You can't do something without my say-so. And just wiping out the floor, I think that's what I would have done in kind of a Scarface style ending. That's just me. You might have a different ending, or you might love this ending. Just let me know in the comments, guys. The direction was interesting. It was well paced. The story kept, me engaged without being bored at any time. I found the imagery of the were-rabbit interesting. I don't know which came first, actually, Donnie Darko or this, because that's what it kept reminding me of, is the whole Donnie Darko, Frank the Rabbit thing. So I don't know which came first. I think Donnie Darko might have. So I wonder, did it take some inspiration from that? Because even the rabbit head looked very similar to Frank the Rabbit and Donnie Darko. But yeah, I don't know if I bought into that much. At the end, the Frank the Rabbit or the were-rabbit kicking open the coffin of Don, I didn't really get what that meant. Was the were-rabbit meant to be Teddy? Yeah, why was he kicking open the coffin with Don then? I just didn't get that particular scene. If someone understands it better than me, let me know in the comments, guys. Other than that, don't really have a hell of a lot to say. Enjoyable film. Rated 7 out of 10, as I said. And yeah, would I rewatch it? Probably again in a few years, but I wouldn't rush to watch it straight away. Yeah. So that's pretty much it from me, guys. Again, let me know your thoughts, your comments on the performances, on the direction, on the movie itself, and the plot, on the ending in the comments below. Other than that, please check out my Patreon. You can find a link below in the comments and also in the video description. You can get a 7-day free trial to check it out. And there you can get access to my full-length reaction and also access to all my other full-length reactions, early access to all of my videos, as well as exclusive reactions such as Band of Brothers with Battlestar Galactica 2006 coming up shortly. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, God bless, and bye for now.